Hey there, Posture Peeps, and welcome back to the show. As always, I'm your host, Justin Archer, aka the Posture Guy, your number one source on pain, posture, and performance. And today, we're going to be going back to the beginning, help define, or for some of you, redefine what your why is, and set the stage for the upcoming Optimized Self course Hangout series. So we definitely have a lot to go over. We're going to get started here in just a minute, and if you're not quite sure what each of those things I just referred to is, what they are, don't worry, I'm going to explain them in greater detail, so stick around. Alright? And we're going to basically explain each of those from the last one to the first one. So what do I mean by setting the stage for the Optimized Self course Hangout series? Well, for those of you that don't know, for the last 2-3 months, I've been piecing together a course, which I'm calling the Optimized Self course. It's going to be an online course that basically walks you step by step on how to optimize each of the foundations of your health. Those foundations being, in this particular order, breathing, hydration, sleep, nutrition, stress, movement, and exercise, in an effort to be the best version of yourself possible. And the reason I think this is so important is because people who come to me with all types of various aches and pains, and it could be anything from lower back, hip, knee pain to arthritis, bursitis, scoliosis, anything with an itis, cirrhosis attached to it, various syndromes, things like that. The common denominator, or common denominators, plural, that they all share is that they're usually lacking in one, or quite frankly, usually more often, more than one of these foundations of health. And what I've found is that as they optimize each, breathing, then hydration, and then sleep, and so on and so forth, they improve. So I'd have to say the best word I can use is effortlessly. And that's what I want for you. I want you to have your ideal health, and I want you to be able to do so without straining and trying and injuring yourself. I want it to be as effortless as possible, because it wasn't so for me and a lot of other people, and I want to help save you from that. So that's why I think this is so important. And I'm going to be working on this course for the next, coming few months. Ideally, it'll be ready to go by the end of December, beginning of January, so just in time for New Year's resolutions. And as a way to keep me on track, to make sure that I meet that launch date, I was thinking not only good for me, but good for you too, would be to do a live hangout on each of these foundations of health as we get closer to launch date. One on breathing, one on hydration, sleep, nutrition, etc., etc. And so I was thinking about doing the breathing one at the end of this month. And I actually got started on working on it, and it kind of dawned on me that, okay, this is good information, and the future ones I know are going to be good as well, but why, people are going to go, this is great information. And I've seen this time and time again. People will take great information, whether it's digital information, physical information, whatever, and they go, this is great, makes sense, oh, it's awesome, and they don't do anything with it. They just sit it down, and then they forget it, and they don't do anything with it. And it reminds me of a lesson I learned long, long time ago, which is your return on an investment of an ideal is pretty much worthless. Just because you know something doesn't mean jack diddly. It's actually executing on it. It's doing it and using that thing that really matters. And so that's what I thought is, I would be doing you and all the other posture guys and gals a great disservice if I think we didn't start with more of a Optimized Self introductory hangout, where I can actually show you why these things matter, why each of these foundations matter, and how they correlate with one another, and how synergistically they can be used to optimize your health. And I think that's what's the most important. So I'm going to push the breathing module back a month, and at the end of this month, we're going to be, by we, I mean you and me and all of us, we're going to be getting together and doing a Optimized Self course introductory hangout. All right, it's going to be the last Saturday of the month, which is the 31st, Saturday from 9 a.m. to 10:30 a.m. Pacific Standard Time. If you want to be on that, you can register. There's a place down below. You can opt in, or not really opt in, but register. As well as at the end of this video, I'll put a place where you can register as well, so you can get the link from where that's going to be, as well as probably be eligible for a few other bonuses. So definitely a reason to sign up. That said, I think the other thing that I want this introduction to be able to provide you is going back to, defining or redefining your why. Now, for those of you that saw the video I've done in the past, this is actually, I just watched it, and it was just over a year ago. It literally was like a year and 5 days or a year and 6 days ago that I did this. And this is what I mean by going back to the beginning. It was a video I did, and the title was Why Your Why is So Important. And man, do I mean that, because I watched that video, and I still think it's one of the best, if not the best video post I have ever done. And for those of you that have seen it, I'm sure you would agree, I say in the video, this is probably, or is the most important thing I can ever share with you, and I still today believe that. And that's why I've usually had it that people have to opt in to see the video. They have to opt in for the video tutorials, which you can do at the top of the homepage, or if you're watching this on a blog page, in the upper right-hand corner. I don't know where I'm pointing, in the upper right-hand corner. But I think this message, and especially right now, leading up to the course, is so important that for a limited time, I'm going to post that video down below, the one on why your why is so important, for I'd say probably the next 5 to 7 days. So definitely make sure that you watch it. It's very important. I can go into for hours just on that video and that whole premise of why your why is so important. But I'm going to try to stop, not do it right now, and just let you watch the video. It's about 5-6 minutes long. It's really good, and I think it's the key takeaway is why your why is so important is about you having a compelling enough reason why to do the things you should be doing. Because we all have those things, or we may currently have those things that we know, oh, I should be doing this thing. You know what to do. That's not the issue, right? It's the actually doing it. That's the issue. That's the problem. That's what's holding you back from improving your current situation. And I think when you have a strong enough why, it can and will overcome any obstacle, any barrier. Okay, so I'm going to leave it at that. I'm trying not to go into it more because I really want to. But that's what I mean by going back to the beginning. Literally, it was a year, just about a year ago today that I made that video. That's what I mean by going back to the beginning. That's what I mean when I refer to defining what your why is. And now you know what I mean when I say setting the stage for the Optimized Self Course Hangout series. Okay? All very important things. Again, if you want to be a part of that live hangout, for those of you that were on the previous hangout, you know how much fun we had. We're gonna have just as much on this one. Definitely, you know me, we're gonna have live Q&A because I love live Q&A. You're gonna definitely want to register for that. So again, you can do it down below or at the end of this video. And later this week, with the new format, with the email I send out, I'm going to have some follow-up questions for you, which will help, I think, better prepare for that hangout that we'll do at the end of the month. But there's something I want to ask you now, because I just can't wait until Friday to ask you this in the email, which is, what do you think is the biggest component of you making a lifestyle change, of you being consistent with something, with you being accountable, and again, making that permanent lifestyle change? I'm really interested to know what that is. Is it, someone like me constantly checking in on you? Is it, an emotional drive or force? Is it something physical? What is it that you found in your past that really makes you make permanent change, if you want to say lifestyle kind of intervention change in your life? I really, really would like to know what that is, and you could call or email me with those answers, but what I'd really like is for you to leave them in the comment section below, because that's where we can continue the discussion and we can all learn from one another as one big happy Posture Peeps family. Alright? Anyways, thanks for joining me today, guys. I really appreciate it, and I look forward to seeing you inside the next video. Until then, take care and keep moving.